a lot of stuff happened in this episode, but the one thing I want to talk about that nobody seems to bat an eye towards is the dude who gets autopsied while alive. I'm just thinking she's down for business and she's doing whatever, but the dude is moving and laying there. Nobody says anything? And Black Lightning's back. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Nephilim Entertainment, and I am Metatron Drill. What is up? But thanks for tuning in. And this is my coverage of episode 4, Black Jesus. Yeah, first of all, there's a new drug on the street, and it's called Green Light. Apparently, this drug is kind of like cocaine and heroin had a baby. Thank you for that nice little analogy, Gamby. Yeah, you get one free taste and you're hooked, and that's what the drug dealer's like because it keeps you coming for more until you finally OD and die. So with the new drug on the street, Jefferson's got even more troubles. And apparently, one of his students is even all hyped up, and he's having to zap the students twice, and it's student plural or singular, not plural. But we meet up with Lady Eve and Tobias, and they're discussing about Tobias's past, which is very interesting to note. Apparently, he came up on the scene, and for the fact that he actually took out Black Lightning, or supposedly took out Black Lightning, is what got him sort of climbing the ranks of the 100 and actually coming to power and actually being sort of the head honcho of everything, which is nice to know. And apparently he's albino, apparently. So, even more interesting is the fact that his origins are all talked about, and we get all this clear in the air, but what is up with the autopsying that guy right there? That is just weird. Nobody's gonna say anything. Even more weird, right? But Jefferson, he's not letting this stuff go with the student. Apparently, the student was kicked out, and he's saying, no, you're not. You're gonna go to college, make something of yourself. This Bernard Lewis is taking a big risk, but he actually snitches out his dealers and tries to get himself reinstated in school and try to get a handle on his life. Okay. Meanwhile, with Cleo and Jen, Cleo is getting help from Jen with his physical therapy. Jen is actually starting to crack under pressure. We actually see her walking off and having a moment to cry. I love this because her character's always seemed so strong, so confident, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to be this force for good, and I'm going to get things done, and then she turns a corner and tears. So it's nice to see that she actually has some vulnerability to her, especially when it comes to Cleo. I mean, they just started the relationship. They're both teenagers. We're thinking sort of a mild relationship beginning to brew, but what's even more interesting is the fact that we're starting to see a little bit of vulnerability and a little bit of Jen's kind of just distancing herself with everybody, which is interesting. It's nice to see how that turned out. But find out in all the mess that went on with Black Lightning when he first came about, whenever he was thought to be dead, it's because the guy at the mortuary didn't properly ID him. Apparently a body showed up. He's like, oh, Black Lightning. Yay, we won. Ta-da. Black Lightning's dead. And with his disappearance, it only led to the conclusion that Black Lightning's gone. Tobias climbs ranks. Bang, boom. He's now the head honcho of the 100, which was all under false pretenses. So it's going to look bad on our boy Tobias. So he's thinking he needs backup. Well, we're actually seeing a dinner between Anissa, Henderson, and the whole family. They're coming together with the Hendersons, and they're actually talking and communicating about the local politics, in which the local thing that's going on right now is police versus Black Lightning. Who's doing a better job? Of course, Henderson's going to side with the police, obviously. Not much going on with him and his character this episode, which is surprising since he's been in the front runner for every episode up to date, but I guess they're going to give his character a nice little break from the action. Anissa, on the other hand, strongly for Black Lightning. And she doesn't even know that's her daddy. So kudos for the writers for that. But find out that Anissa, she's on board with the whole superpowered and superhero thing, so starting to see a little bit of the hero coming out of her. Apparently she feels like that Black Lightning's getting things done. But is he? I mean, we're not seeing the 100 being put down, and we're not seeing Green Light getting taken off the streets that quick, so what's going on here? So Anissa wants to take care of some business. You know, she wants to step up to the hero, just like Black Lightning. So she goes after 2 drug dealers that are on the streets, which is suiting. I mean, she can't do anything in broad daylight as a teacher, so she dons on a hoodie and gonna go fight streets the old-fashioned way. And she ends up hospitalizing the 2 guys. Yeah, when superpowered strength comes against a normal frail body, honey, it kind of does a lot more damage than what you anticipated, so you might want to watch your strength. Black Lightning zaps him, but I'm pretty sure he could probably electrocute him if he really put his all into it. So, yeah, you might want to watch that. But we find out that one of the drug dealers who's selling Green Light is actually an old friend of Jefferson's back in the day when he was going to school. Little guy named 2-Bit. Look, I know they had to come up with gangster names, they had to come up with street names, but 2-Bit isn't a 2-Bit criminal. Guys, can we come up with something a little bit more original? Please? Anyway, 2-Bit, he's the only bad guy I've seen. He's like, wait. Before you zap me. Can we get a picture? He wants to get a damn selfie with Black Lightning, right? And I like how he taser punches them anyway before they can take the picture. However, I do see a possibility that that picture could pop up. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like Jefferson Pierce. See Black Lightning? Holy crap! I don't know, but the board for Jefferson Pierce, they're not giving up. They want to see, and look, I want to point out the fact too that they didn't even know the kid's name. They didn't even know who Bernard Lewis was. They just thought he was some student. I mean, they didn't even bother learning his name. What does that tell you about them? He's just a factor statistic, basically. So, Board is actually, I think, trying to remove Jefferson Pierce from a position of power. I mean, it's pretty damn interesting how you have him losing a lot of his authority around the time that Black Lightning starts showing up. So, interesting development there. But we meet someone interesting, and that is Tori, which is Tobias's little sister. So, wondering what's up with her. Apparently, she's just as homicidal and manipulative as Tobias is. So, this is going to be interesting to see her character. She's the one that promotes him with ideas on how to take care of Black Lightning. And she actually doesn't want to do it guns a-blazing. She actually wants to take it from a strategic point, which is even worse. Because that means she can actually be a threat. A major threat. And whatever damage she does could be major, if not permanent. So we're going to keep an eye on her. But I like how Anissa ends up trying to save Grace from a stalker. How does she handle it? Kicks ass once again. But instead this time, she actually learns to control her strength. So instead of hospitaling the guy, she just merely knocks him into a car. She's getting better. And she ends up curb stomping the ground and ends up putting a big hole where her foot's supposed to be. I'm saying this girl's got a lot of strength. Maybe not Superman strength, but she's got a lot of strength. The thing that gets me, though, is whenever Black Lightning went to investigate, Gambini put it up on camera, lied and said he didn't see anything, but then went and investigated himself. Might I point out, also with a pump action shotgun. So why is Gambini hiding stuff from Jefferson? That is the thing that's getting me. Why is he hiding all this from Jefferson? And that's supposed to be his boy? But Cleo gets offered a bunch of gifts from anonymous donors, basically to help him through the progression, through everything that's going on. And I think the thing that probably trips him out the most is whenever Jefferson Pierce shows up with his mom and the nurse, or the doctor. Not the nurse, but the doctor. And to read his results, apparently his spinal cord is completely severed and he will never walk or run again. Okay, look. It is possible. I'm not saying that it's not. But I also know that if Tobias is wanting to use Cleo as a manipulative tool, he could have had those results. I can see this being a loophole for the character. If he truly wants, he could have had those results doctored. I mean, he's got his hands in everything else. Why not somebody at the medical staff? Just saying. That is a great possibility for there to be a miracle to happen, I guess. Who knows? But it'd be interesting to see if Cleo actually stays paralyzed. But yeah, just whenever and Jeff actually advocates some of his responsibility to instead of keeping complete control over his students, he's willing to advocate some of the control as long as he gets to keep Bernard in school. Who turns around and ends up going back to drugs anyway. So there goes his sacrifice play. It's all shot to hell because this boy couldn't keep off the drugs. But naturally, Jefferson dons the suit and goes and rescues him. Personally, look, kid, everybody gets one. After that, your ass is on your own. You make your stupid choices, I want to throw you in jail just like everybody else. But episode wraps up when we have Cleo meeting Tobias. And I will have to say, I can see where the hook gets in with Tobias because he's got a very dapper, sort of gentlemanly way of presenting himself. He doesn't use intimidation. I like that. I like that in a villain. He doesn't use his stature or even his just, overbearing character. He uses suave and sophisticated ways of actually winning people over. That to me is a little bit more hardline because you're not controlling with fear. You're actually giving people what they want, but making them think they want something else along with that. So I like that. So I have to say, so far, even though he's a raving lunatic, I'm actually starting to like Tobias's character. Alright, up next for Black Lightning. Fighting. We're going to see Black Lightning training. We're going to see Anissa probably going back on the streets and fighting some more. And we're going to see a lot of fighting. And we're also going to see probably maybe how he develops sort of his mantra. Who knows? I'm sensing that this is probably going to be more of a, we're going to lay down sort of a grounds of how he trains and maybe possibly see Anissa training up and souping up or getting herself a little bit more ready for battle, I guess you could say. But with that said, that's going to be a wrap for me. My question for y'all up here, what is up with Gambini? I like the dude. I know he's a good guy, but why does he keep on hiding stuff from Jefferson? Does he not think Jefferson can handle it? Or is he wanting to investigate it first to see if something that won't go away? Who knows? But it's going to be a wrap for me. Make sure to leave me a thumbs up down below and post a comment and being all friendly and stuff. And be sure to subscribe to my page and stay tuned to the end of the video for more content. That's going to do a wrap for me, guys. My name is Metatron L. You're watching Nephilim Entertainment. To all you daydreamers and critters out there, Keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.